Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. We're gonna do kind of the same thing and just wait a couple minutes because people are still logging in. So we'll start shortly. Let's see here. All right, good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Yeah, day two. All right, let me make sure I mute everybody. There we go. All right, well, welcome back. I hope everybody had a great day yesterday. Once again, we are in Flexibility Secrets Revealed, day two, where I'll be giving you the tips and the insights and the concepts that we mostly use at AZ Dance Med to help get our good flexibility results. So enough of my weird intro. Let's just kind of dive in. First things first, soundtrack, type purple in the chat if you can hear me okay. Awesome. You guys type really fast. Purple is a lot of letters.
Purple is Crystal's favorite.
Purple is Crystal's favorite? It's mine too. That's why it was purple. It's my favorite color. It's actually why it's in our logo. And then my designer just gave it a complimentary color, which is weird because now green is starting to become one of my favorite colors. Anyway, so you guys probably know we're like a no stretch zone. It's on my shirt if you can see it. Let me just, there you go. You can see my shirt, there it is. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and give you secret number 2, which is really exciting. I mean, it's going to be exciting for you guys. Shout out again to Lisa. Lisa, say hi.
Hi.
Lisa Drew's still in the house. She's helping, she's keeping an eye on the chat and stuff. And Alice is here with us today too. She may or may not pop on camera, but she's one of our interns. So if you hear me again talking to people, that's who I'm talking to. Today is going to be really exciting for you guys. I'm not sure how exciting it's going to be for me because remember, if you were here with us yesterday, I said it was going to be a little different. We're going to do a live demonstration today because if you remember yesterday, we talked about the factors that go into improving flexibility, and we talked about how the body prioritizes movement, how it prioritizes motor performance and therefore mobility and therefore flexibility. So we talked about how first the body needs to be safe. All systems need to feel safe. All systems need to feel stable across the entire body because the body is all connected. And then we talked about making sure that we have good basic functional mobility. And then we talked about as we have, or as your body feels safe in those 3 areas, your recreational mobility, which dance kind of is considered. It's the mobility that you don't completely need, but we want. Your recreational mobility is granted once those other 3 areas are taken care of. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about system safety and system stability within the musculoskeletal system. All right, so today's hopefully demonstration and insight is going to help you because understanding a little bit of how muscle function works and how you can improve flexibility can be beneficial without necessarily doing a whole lot of stretching. So I might be making a big mistake doing this, but we're going to take a vote. So I'm going to try to launch this poll. The question is, what do you want to see me demonstrate? Oh my gosh, guys, don't kill me. Okay, let's see. Alrighty, if you can see the poll, go ahead and click. I'll give you guys like a minute or so. This is so cool. This is the first time I've used the voting feature. Of course, you guys are all like neck and neck now. Everything's even. I'm not going to demonstrate all 3, friends. So something's got to be a winner. You got 30 more seconds. I'm going to cut you off in a minute. We got 19 seconds to split it between improving foot point and improving splits. I feel like somebody's just waiting.
Oh, now it's a 3-way tie.
Oh, now it's a 3-way tie? Like, seriously? There's 36 people, there's 34 people here. 5 seconds. Hamstrings. Okay. Ooh. All right, we're going to improve hamstring length. There it is. Okay, so super secret. I was like really I knew I was going to commit to putting splits up there, but I was like, oh God, please don't let anybody pick splits because I'm going to die. And super side note, Lisa and I went on a retreat this weekend and we went hiking. So I'm actually like a little bit more sore than I originally anticipated when I planned this workshop. But all right, we're going to improve hamstring length. So before I demonstrate that, I'm going to go ahead and give you secret number 2. So one of the things that I kind of see or hear about when I'm coaching people or when we're teaching some of our courses is that there is a little bit too much focus on the stretching to increase flexibility. And like logically, it like makes sense. If you want the muscle to lengthen to increase flexibility, yeah, you got to stretch. But the flip side of that is that, again, working through the priorities of motor performance and understanding where flexibility comes from, stretching is only granted, 1, with safety, and 2, when the rest of the area feels nice and stable to do so. So just to make sure everybody can still hear me, go ahead and type me in the chat if that kind of sounds like you or a dancer that you've worked with in terms of working on a certain area to get and gain flexibility. You're trying stretching specifically, but you're kind of feeling a little disappointed because it's not quite helping. Yeah. I mean, that's probably why you're here too. You want solutions. So cool. All right. Well, in terms of increasing flexibility and in remembering those priorities of motor performance, yes, safety and stability must be granted. And therefore, secret number 2 is, you ready? You have to make sure that you activate to release and then release to activate. The activation is what helps to promote the safety component within the musculoskeletal system. Give me an okay in the chat if that kind of makes sense, and I'll explain a little bit more. So I take it way back a little bit. If you remember in high school, do you remember like in, I don't know, physics or science or whatever, when they talked about like Newton's laws? And they had like law number 1 was about like inertia, and law number 2, nobody ever remembers law number 2 because it was in the middle. And then law number 3 was that every action has an equal, and thanks. Of course it's Anna who remembers what law number 2 was, because she's a genius. Law number 3 was every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Yeah, so how do we apply that here? It's applied in the sense that if you want to extend or get mobility in one direction, the equal and opposite means that there needs to be stability and strength in the opposite direction. You have to promote that safety so that range of motion can be gained. So that's what we're going to kind of see what we can get here. Okay, I'm going to back up just a little bit. Ellis, can you just roll right here for me just so you can keep an eye on the screen in the chat? Okay, so if I back up to about right here, can you guys still see me? Can somebody give me like a yes in the chat if you can still see me back here? Okay, somebody said yes. And actually, oh, since they said hamstring, you know what? We're gonna move the table. I'm gonna put the table just right here. So give us just a second. See, we voted, so we weren't exactly sure what direction we were gonna go and how much space we were gonna need. But, oh, thank you. Just like right up against here. So we'll basically do like a straight leg raise. Yeah, that'll actually give us a little bit a better of an indicator. And are you okay?
Yep.
Okay, and Lisa's gonna come help me. So I'm gonna hop up here. Oh, let's see, it's probably Nick. We have a visitor, friends. Oh. All right, everybody give it up for Nick in the house. Nick, our director of operations, is here. Yes, yeah, you can go ahead. We're showing our hamstring length. All right, here we go. So I guess it really doesn't matter, but actually we'll do both legs. So just kind of see where both legs are. Don't kill me, Lisa. So about right there is where it feels kind of saucy, especially from our hiking.
Other side too.
Other side. Can somebody comment in the chat if they can hear me? Give me a guess if you guys can hear me. Yeah? Okay, cool. All right, so one more time. We'll show you left and right. And she's kind of stopping where I feel a significant amount of like tension, kind of back in this area. So that's my left leg. And that's about my right leg, yeah? All right. So we have a baseline for what our mobility looks like. Activate to release, incorporate stability. One of the things that our hamstrings are linked to in terms of stability is specifically like our lower core. So you don't necessarily have to do anything fancy, but if you activate your lower core, give yourself a little bit of sense of stability where it's needed, yes, you can get a turn on your hamstrings. Do not judge me. But I'm gonna activate with just a couple of side planks on each side. So, whew, nothing crazy. Just gonna turn on those side stabilizers. If If you know me, you know that I'm a big fan of planks because they stabilize a lot of things in one movement. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is specifically for lower core, but it gets the job done. I'm going to do 8 on each side because 8 feels good in our dance soul. Okay, so that's 8 on my right side. And 8 on my left side. I don't know. Yeah. So this is number 4. And it's really interesting. I can already feel my left hamstring relaxing a little bit more. My right one's being a little bit more stubborn. I think I have 2 more. Last one. Okay. Yeah, my left one feels way better. So just with activating, let's see if we see what the difference is. Yeah, my left one feels way better. Ooh. Yeah. So no, it's not to my face, but you can see that there's a change there. Let's see where my right one is. So yeah, right one still feels a little bit tighter. Truth be told, my right leg, oh, if you guys saw that post that I did the other day, the boomerang with me like kicking and saying like, I'll see you tomorrow, that was with my right leg. And I definitely felt it after I kicked and I'm still kind of feeling it, which is why my right leg still feels a little tight. But there's point number 1, activating to release. Giving stability in the area where it's supposed to be can help unlock areas that are usually feeling tight and restricted as a compensation for that lack in stability. So if you have your dancers with tight hamstrings that don't open up, or even tight hips that don't quite open up, a lot of times within the musculoskeletal system, a lot of times it's related to lack of stability in that lower core area, and the hips are being used as a compensator. They're tightening up, trying to get stability from somewhere so that your dancers don't fall over and dance die. Yeah? Can you give me a thumbs up if that demonstration makes sense? You can't give me a thumbs up. Well, some people can. Or just say like, I get it. You can throw in the chat, I got it. Cool. All right. Second, nice little lacrosse ball. Even though I'm not necessarily the hugest user of traditional stretching, it's not that we ignore lengthening in the tissue. So a lot of stuff that we do actually includes or incorporates rolling. So this is just a general lacrosse ball. I like lacrosse balls more for their density. They're not too soft and they're not too hard. Tennis balls work well. Our joke here is that size matters. So sometimes on smaller bodies, we use smaller balls or a softer ball. So sometimes a racket ball, if you know, is a little bit softer and a little bit smaller than a lacrosse ball. Those bouncy marble balls that you get at like the dollar store, the little $5 store, I like to use those on my youngers a lot. But those can also be beneficial to help release tension and improve flexibility as well. So I'm actually gonna roll a little bit on my right leg, the one that was a little bit tighter, and kind of see. Now granted, I am doing this on the table, and the table can kind of compress the ball a little bit, but we're still getting a little bit of roll in there. Is there a method to my madness or anything in terms of the rolling? No. Am I rolling in any specific direction? No, I'm just kind of getting the areas that feel a little tender. Timing wise, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds. It doesn't have to be like super long. You don't have to roll your body for hours. You don't have to roll your hamstrings for hours. So in terms of secret number 2, first we activated, to get a little bit of a release. That's where we saw the change in my left hamstring. And I'm gonna release a little bit to see if we can gain a little bit more mobility. Cool. That. All right. Here. And then let's check on our right leg friend. Yeah, she feels a little better.
Yeah, I'm
So hopefully they're about equal. And then let me see my little left leg one more time. She still feels pretty good. Cool. All righty, I'm gonna scoot that closer to you guys. All right, I survived. Yeah, did you guys enjoy that? Was that cool? I know a lot of you guys follow us, but some of you guys may not have seen us. I think we have, thanks, Crystal. Crystal said it was beautiful. Thanks, Crystal. You're my favorite. You win a toaster. Okay. So yeah, that's the basis of a lot of work that we do. Yeah, is making sure that even from a musculoskeletal standpoint or within the muscle system, there's stability, yeah, in that hierarchy or in that priorities of motor performance that we talked about yesterday. We make sure that there's stability so that mobility can be granted, okay? So put journal, throw journal in the chat if you got your notes, if you got something to write down, because I'm gonna give you some juicy stuff. Hold on, Anna. She's always sneaky with the questions. So I'll scroll up, I'll scroll back up and answer that question really quick. But for the most part, if you guys have questions, make sure you're putting them in your notes because we set aside our time on Friday to answer all of your questions. We just want to make sure that we show and demonstrate everything. So Anna really quick asked, how do you decide whether to use a release versus a core activation? Do you usually pair them? I pair them. Why? Because of Newton's law number 3. Every action requires an equal and opposite reaction. So for everything that I roll, I activate something. And that's actually going to lead us into why I asked you about your journal, because I'm going to give you like the top 4 kind of like combinations for you to think about. So in terms of hamstrings, yeah, if you're looking for hamstring length, usually that pairs to core stabilizers. So something, like I said, as simple as a side plank, while you can release and roll hamstrings to get hamstring length. If you're looking for better turnout, you want to release hip rotators, and this one's a fun one, but you also want to strengthen hip rotators too. So usually it's the external rotators, it's the butt cheeks, the glutes, like because your piriformis and your other rotators are in that area. That's usually the area that you want to release. And actually what you want to strengthen a little bit more, which sometimes sounds counterproductive, is your internal rotators a little bit. Because their internal rotator muscles are the stability force that creates that safety from a muscular level and allows the hips to go into external rotation. What do we activate for turnout? You activate internal rotators. You can activate internal rotators and general trunk rotators. Somebody said that I froze, so I'm going to start over with hamstrings again. If you're looking to increase hamstring length, you can roll the hamstring, side plank for core stabilizing, or any other type of core stabilizing exercise that you know. I know you guys know lots of exercises. If you're looking to improve turnout, you want to release hip rotators, yeah, especially the external rotators. And you want to strengthen a little bit of internal rotators and general trunk rotators. So the spinal rotators. If you're wondering how to activate your spinal rotators, type me in the chat. Okay, I am going to post my rotation activation video in the Facebook group. So after we're done, give me a couple minutes and I'll post the video. Okay, so that's one way that you can activate trunk rotators to help improve turnout. If you're looking to improve back flexibility, so for those of you who teach acro or tumbling, if you're wanting dancers to have a higher arabesque or a better cambre, something like that, you're releasing, or your release area is going to be your abdominals. and your activation is going to be your back extensors. So your active kind of like trunk extension, your active back extension, not necessarily like press up into a cobra, because that's not activating and firing those back muscles. Oh yeah, Superman's. Thanks, Lisa. And then the last part, if you're wanting to improve foot point, type booty if you guys know about booty toe already. I got you, Kathy. Katie said, I'm with Kathy, booty. So if you're looking to improve better foot point, the release activation pair is releasing the foot. So you guys, I'm sure like you've used the water bottle and the rolling bar and the foot stretchers, like you guys got the release part, but you're missing the activating part. And the activating part a lot of times is your glutes. So I will also post my link to the booty toe, like level 1 protocol that we do, where you release the toe flexors, but then you activate the glutes. All right, you guys got those 4? Crystal said yes. Mara said yes. Angela said yes. Nia said, okay, cool. All right. Well, there you go. There's your secret number 2, making sure that you release to activate and activate to release, which builds stability in the muscle system. So we talked yesterday about the priorities of motor performance. Now we've given an example of building stability within the muscle system that can help work your way down that list of priorities of motor performance and get you to the mobility that you're seeking. Got that, guys? We're good? All right, last order of business. Yeah, assignment. So your assignment for today is, hold on, let me get my notes so I make sure that I say it right. It's already in the group. It's already in the Facebook group. Your assignment today is to just briefly tell us about a dancer that either you're working with or it can be yourself who struggles with flexibility. We don't want any identifying information, so don't tell me their name, don't give me their life story, just be like, I have a 12-year-old dancer. Yeah, that's all we need. Age would be cool, and just tell us what their flexibility challenge is, and then comment on what you're seeing in terms of their restriction, and maybe let us know what you might try in terms of these pairs. Maybe it might be somebody who, like, now that you know about booty toe, you might try releasing the toe flexors and activating the glute and see if it helps their foot point. You might look at just throwing a side plank with the hamstring rolling out and seeing if that helps their hamstring length. Some of you guys, because I did read everybody's post who posted yesterday introducing themselves, some of you mentioned hamstring length. So maybe throw this in, start trying a couple things and seeing kind of what happens. Yeah, let us know in the assignment what muscles you think might need to be activated and which ones you think might need to be released. It's not a quiz. So just kind of like give us your best guess. It's just all to let us know, you know, how you're feeling about the information and how you can start applying it. Remember, your assignments, we are keeping track. Yeah, your assignment postings is how you stay eligible for the 3 prizes next Monday that we're going to announce: the swag bag, the access to the free course, and the $500 gift certificate to our Dance Med certification that's happening in July and in August. So make sure that you're doing the assignments. She said, I'm going to try these already. I am going to post our booty toe YouTube link, and I'm going to post the rotation activation YouTube link in just a few moments. So give me like a few moments. Don't like go there now and be like, it's not there. Give me a second, okay? And I will make sure that they get posted up there. All right, guys, I hope you guys had a good day 2. Day 3 is going to be super awesome as well. Hit us up in the chat and Facebook if you're having any questions, if you're having any issues accessing any of the information, and we will see you at the same time tomorrow. You are welcome. Thanks, Crystal. Thanks, Tiffany. Thanks, Michaela. Thanks, Stephanie. I will see you guys all tomorrow.